Welcome to the deep dive. We take sources and really unpack them for you.
Pull out the key ideas.
Exactly. And today we're getting into some excerpts from Jacques Lacan. It's his work, Sa qui nos.
Which translates to the desire and its interpretation.
Right. It's from his 1959 seminar, Livre 6.
Hmm.
And our source for this is the Arab Researcher for Digital Publishing. It's dated March 17th, 2025.
Okay.
So our mission really is to understand what these specific excerpts are saying about, well, human desire.
Yeah, it's a big topic. Lacan's take is definitely not straightforward.
Let's dive in then. What's the first big thing that jumps out?
Well, right away, these excerpts frame desire in a very particular way. It's not just, a basic biological need like hunger.
Not just instinct.
No. Lacan, and he's drawing on people like Freud, Hegel, he sees desire as deeply shaped.
Shaped by what?
By our unconscious, for one,
Really?
but also very much by language and what he calls the symbolic order.
The symbolic order.
Yeah.
Can you break that down a bit?
Sure. It's basically this system of rules, symbols, language, social structures, everything that governs how we understand reality and our place in it. Culture, essentially.
So our desires aren't purely personal. They come from this bigger cultural soup.
That seems to be the argument here, yes. The source really emphasizes that Lacan sees desire as fundamentally human because it's tied to culture and language. It's how we even, articulate what we want.
And the excerpts mention other thinkers too, right? Freud, Bataille.
Yeah, they group them together. The point seems to be that these thinkers explore desire not just inside one person's head, but how it works across society.
How it shapes things.
Exactly. How desire functions within social and cultural structures. It's not just a feeling, it's a force. Think about advertising, politics. They all tap into and shape desire.
That makes sense. The source also suggests there's a benefit to grappling with these ideas, even if they're complex.
It does. It talks about gaining tools for understanding
Tools for understanding human behavior, social interaction.
both. And potentially, this understanding could build up our, what it calls intellectual and psychological resilience.
Resilience.
Yeah.
How so? How does understanding Lacan help with, say, resilience?
Well, the implication seems to be that if you get a better handle on these deeper currents, your own drives, the drives of others, how society influences them, you might navigate things with more insight,
Less reactivity, maybe, more understanding of the why.
perhaps. A
Hmm.
broader perspective on why we want what we want and why others act as they do. Understanding those inner psychological tensions, as the source puts it.
It's careful to point out, though, that this isn't self-help.
No, definitely not. The source is quite clear. These texts aren't offering guidance or, feel-good rhetoric.
What are they aiming for, then?
Scientific analysis, that's the term used. A scientific analysis of the psychological structure. It's about understanding the mechanism, the architecture of the psyche.
Dissecting it rather than fixing it.
Precisely, an analytical approach to something very personal, like desire.
Okay, so if we boil this down,
Hmm.
what's the main takeaway from these specific excerpts we looked at?
I think the core message is that studying desire, in this Lacanian sense, is actually crucial. It's crucial for understanding the really deep, complex parts of being human
And how we fit into the world.
and how we fit into the world, yes. Recognizing that desire is much more tangled up with culture, language, and the unconscious than we might usually think. It's not simple.
So quite a lot packed into these excerpts from Lacan's, the desire and its interpretation. We've touched on desire moving beyond biology, becoming tied to language, culture, the unconscious.
And its role in wider social structures.
Right. So here's a thought to leave you with. If we accept this perspective, even partly that our desires are shaped so much by these external and internal symbolic forces, how might that change the way you see your own wants?
Or the motivations you perceive in other people.
Exactly. How might that understanding shift? Definitely something worth mulling over.